Going live. Apparently not going live. Okay.
It says live on my end, like 15 seconds. Or being live for 20 seconds. I think we're live.
Or maybe I'm live and Chris isn't.
No, we're live.
Okay.
We are just apparently having some difficulties with Facebook. So.
Oh. For the people still on Facebook watching, we appreciate you. Well, no, I'll probably have to go back on Facebook once TikTok gets shut down or whatever the hell they're doing to it.
Yeah. Who knows? I think they're trying to get them to sell to a U.S. company instead of being a was it Korean company that owns it something.
I think technically like a Chinese company owns it, but I think it's like based out of like Taiwan.
Yeah, it's something. The CEO is from the creators from Taiwan.
Yeah.
All right. I think we got this figured out here. It wouldn't be the WrestleGeddon podcast without some sort of technical difficulty. Anyways, I'm Chris the Heat Matthews. He's the Tennessee Jesus, Carl Crossland. This is the WrestleGeddon podcast. How the hell are you, Carl?
Doing pretty good, man. We were running into difficulties like Naomi and her wardrobe earlier.
Awesome. Oh, awesome. So we were having some issues with YouTube, as you heard. Or not YouTube, Facebook. So if you are at the Facebook page, I am now posting the YouTube link here, so you can head on over to that, youtube.com/forthecollection. We are live there. You can find the link on the Facebook page. Oh, lots of fun today. It's been one of those days.
Oh yeah. Well, there's like a solar storm going on. And they said there's like a possibility that we might be able to see the Northern Lights tonight. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool.
It's kind of cloudy out, so I think we'll see anything here.
A whole lot of Northern Light suplexes going on out there.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into all the fun this week. Let's kick it off here, of course, with the random band.
Who the hell put this on? So random. For fuck's sake.
It is on random. Awesome stuff here. This week's random band entrance theme artist was Eminem. What song did you pick?
I decided to go with one of my favorite songs by. Actually, shit. I think I can't go with it. I think I have to pick a new song, and so I'm gonna have to go off the cuff and go with. I'm gonna go with My Name Is.
Okay.
I started to go with Renegade, but I think isn't that Jay-Z song?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think Renegade is Jay-Z's song. And that's what I plan on going with. So I didn't even look it up. I'm like, oh yeah, Eminem, I'm gonna go with fucking Renegade. But then when you said that, I was like, oh shit, I think that's a Jay-Z song.
Awesome. Well, I went with Berserk. thought that was a pretty remix of Stroke Man.
Okay. I'm gonna Google Renegade real quick.
Carl's Googling Renegade.
Yeah, it's Jay-Z song.
Okay. Nice. All right. Who we got for next week?
Next week, I didn't go with the first pick because I didn't know who it was. So the second pick is not that much better, but we got Sage the Gemini.
Who?
Sage the Gemini.
Sage the Gemini?
Yeah.
No idea who that is. What was the first pick?
The first pick was, what in the fuck was the name? It was like digital. It was like digital farm animals or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think digital farm animals was the name of that. It's like or electric farm animals or something. It was like something like I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know. Like it didn't even show like a picture of anybody. It showed like an album cover, and it was like, okay, I don't know who that is.
That sounds terrible. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And so I'm like, let me redo it. So I redid it, and I got Sage the Gemini. I think if that's the person I think it is, like the only song I know from them is I think they're the one that did that Red Nose song. You know what I'm talking about, from like 2013 or something like that. That she gonna shake it like a red nose.
I've never heard of this person at all.
I mean, I could do it again. I'll be offline while I do it.
That's all right. We can go with it. That's not a big deal.
It's like what I was saying.
Oh yeah, Red Nose, Gas Pedal, 2013. Is this guy still alive? Okay. All right. Anywho, all right. Let's get into the elite figure of the week. This week's pick is a rare boy. This one was I'm kicking myself in the ass for skipping over this one. Now can't get a Rick Martel figure for WWE because he wants nothing to do with wrestling anymore. So yeah, the model Rick Martel figure.
It's pretty cool. Comes with a little thing that you find to take the snake with.
Yeah, it's got the arrogance spray. This is from Legend Series 5.
Please tell me it came with that Jake the Snakes with like a fucking blind eyes or whatever.
They did not. They did not make a Jake like that yet.
They should have did that and then came out with like little bags that you could put over their heads.
I know they should have did a 2-pack with the blindfold match.
Yeah,
that'd been awesome.
It wasn't a very good match, but it was memorable though for sure.
They'd act like they couldn't see each other. So. You know they could see through those bags.
Oh man, good times. Still rolling me, damn it.
Yeah. It's a cool figure. It's got the sunglasses. It's got the this button that says I'm a role model on it, or I'm a model.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a model. It's got the the insect pump spray thing with the arrogance in there. It's a great figure. It's
Yeah.
super hard to find, right? Super hard to get for a good price.
Yeah, and Rick Martel, he's one of those people that's kind of like a deep cut. A lot of people know about him or remember him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a good pick, Chris.
He's just one of those guys. Like I said, he just wants absolutely nothing to do with wrestling anymore. I know he's been. A lot of people have approached him over the years about it, and he just won't sign anything. Doesn't want nothing to do with it. Just completely done. So,
yeah, I mean, there's a couple people that are like that. They didn't trying to get away from the lifestyle that they live, and so they don't want nothing to do with it at all.
Absolutely. And I forgot to say that the Elite Figure of the Week is brought to you by EntertainmentEarth.com. So make sure you use the code FTCollect and save 10% on all your in-stock items. Gotta get that plug in there. All right. Cool. So let's head over. Let's Elite Figure of the Week. Let's head over to the Instant Replay, which of course is brought to you by W. Go ahead and check out w.gg to order your energy drink mixes and your hydration drink mixes. Use the code WrestleGeddon at checkout to save an additional 10%. Whew. I'll tell you, somebody that needs to switch to some different kind of hydration. Ric Flair making news again this week for berating a bar staff at a Florida restaurant. Oh.
Well, you know what? They probably don't help children.
I don't know. Like this whole thing, like it was more the guy that he was going after. If you saw the video, and he was like,
"Yeah, I didn't see the video."
Yeah, just the female bartender, the female waitstaff, he was like told her to write in like $1,000 tip for herself, and then he's like, "See, you could have got that $1,000 tip if you weren't being a jackass." But Flair was like completely belligerent in this video. Is drunk. He got pissed because he got cut off. That was part of the problem.
Yeah,
the bar staff cut him off just because of how he was acting. So that made it worse. At this point, yes, Ric Flair is one of the greatest in-ring performers of all time. There's no doubt about that, whether how you feel about Flair. Like, if you're a fan, I'm not that big of a fan of Ric Flair. He's had some amazing matches. But at what point does Ric Flair, the character, end and Ric Flair, the person, start? Because I don't think there's a line anymore.
Yeah, no, there isn't a line and never has been a line. And if there was cell phones in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, you'd probably have like a million of these videos of him getting cut off at the bar or fucking whooping his dick out at the bar or something.
Right.
But
flopping around like a helicopter on a plane.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, he's probably pissed because he got cut off, and I'm pretty sure the lady that gets the $1,000 tip will probably cut that guy, and if he participated,
Yeah, I like at one point, like this type of behavior is something that really shouldn't be condoned or celebrated or just like brushed off as like, oh, it's Ric Flair being Ric Flair. Like if it was anybody else, like a regular person, like they'd be, oh, what the hell is his problem? Oh, it's just the town drunk. Let's get him arrested, get him in the cell to detox overnight or something, or sober up. But that's wrestling fans are just like, oh, it's Ric Flair being Ric Flair.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like if he did sober up, he'd probably fucking die.
Yeah,
like to be honest, like I don't think like he could go through a detox or anything like that. So yeah, he probably should stay at home. Would be like my. I mean, I know he's like a man; he can do what he wants and stuff. But like, if it was me and I was like, one of his relatives or something like that, I'd be like, hey, how about we get you a bar at home and you can sit there and drink and invite some wrestling buddies over or something instead of like going out. Um, but yeah, this has been what, like a third or fourth time this year he's kind of made an ass of himself being drunk.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the Kill Tony thing, he was kind of defending people being made fun of, but
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like he had good intentions there, but he was kind of drunk and wasn't aware of what he was doing and what show he was at.
Yep. And it's like the biggest thing with this too is like he's still under contract with AEW, so like how, I don't know, because how this necessarily falls back to AEW, knowing that he is a contracted performer with the company. I mean, but any type of person like this, if this was like WWE and one of their guys was acting like this in public, like what would happen to them, especially within the last couple of years?
Yeah,
it's one of those things. So, like, look what they did with Jeff. So I don't know. Ric Flair's a grown ass adult. He can make his own decisions. He did apologize, though. He did issue an apology to the staff at the restaurant via social media. Honestly, I think a more like face-to-face apology should be necessary, or at least contacting the restaurant themselves and speaking.
I mean, he probably, to be fair, he's probably been like came back to the bar the next day.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's in Florida, right, or wherever he lives.
It was in Florida. His daughter, like youngest daughter, just graduated from college.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't have a slide in here for this one, but WWE and NBC Universal have come to an agreement, $25 million agreement, to keep Raw on USA for the remainder of the year. So after their contract ends, in between that and Netflix, Raw will still be airing on the USA Network until the Netflix deal starts.
I was talking to G Money, the other co-host of the podcast. He was saying that SmackDown was going to USA too. And
SmackDown's going to USA when the deal with Fox is up.
And then he said that both Raw and SmackDown are part of the Netflix deal, and not just Raw. Is that right?
It's just Raw.
That's what I thought too, but he was under the assumption that it was Raw and SmackDown going to Netflix January 1st.
Just Raw going to Netflix. SmackDown will move to USA when the Fox deal is up, and then NXT is going to
CW.
CW. Yep.
All right.
I think eventually, I'm hoping when the Peacock deal is up for streaming that library gets moved to Netflix.
I don't think so. I mean, they might, but it's going to be so expensive.
Or they just put it on the TKO Endeavor streaming service. It makes sense to me.
I don't think it'll stay. I don't think it'll go in there. I think it would probably be bought by a company. Paramount might. Peacock might get to retain it just because they'll have more money available.
Yeah.
Because Netflix spent their money on getting Raw. But I think they're kind of keen on keeping the shows and then the premium live events and NXT separate to where they can get more revenue for each product instead of like packaging it all as one.
I'm kind of interested to see what happens because there's been talk of Peacock and Paramount Plus merging.
Yeah, I heard that too. That's why I slipped up and I said
no. It's
not Peacock. It's Paramount and Max.
Paramount
right?
and Max, or Paramount and Disney, or Max and Disney. One of the two. I don't remember. I think it's Max and Disney. Or no, I don't remember.
No, I think it's Paramount. I think it's Paramount and Max because Paramount
I think so, because a lot of the Paramount
Paramount has like the
stuff is on Max. Yeah.
it has like the CBS stuff because it's weird because some of the stuff like because TNT like some of the TNT stuff is on Paramount, but then the like live stuff on TNT is on Max and not Paramount. It's kind of weird the way they do that.
Yeah, because I think it's whoever produces like the shows, because Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon is on Paramount or on Max, but it all airs on CBS.
Yeah.
So, and CBS, of course, is a Viacom company, or Paramount Viacom or whatever, and Max, of course, is Warner Brothers. So, but Warner Brothers is the one that produces Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon. Okay. All right, let's get into some of the WWE news this week. Let's go ahead and kick it off here with Backlash. Oh my God, Backlash. Tonga Loa making his debut. That completely came out of left field for me. Was not expecting that one at all.
Yeah. I was expecting Jacob Fatu to show up, if anybody.
I didn't even know Loa's contract was up with New Japan.
I didn't either.
I don't think anybody did. That kind of flew under the radar there. But I guess because Jacob had a felony in the past, so he's got travel issues. Because certain countries won't let you in if you've had a felony. So I think that's the rumor as to why they pulled the trigger on debuting Tonga Loa instead of Jacob Fatu.
I also heard rumors, of which I don't think it's true. Because like, what you're not going to debut him. People were saying that WWE was afraid that Jacob Fatu would outshine Solo.
No,
and I'm like, you got to debut. If you sign him, you got to debut him regardless.
Yep.
Like it would make sense. And then if you outshine them, he outshines them.
And that's the thing. Like, if they're gonna put him in that position, like, because it'd be the same thing. Because we know what Solo can do, we know what Roman can do, and when you put Solo in some of those matches, Solo sometimes outshined Roman. So, but then they feed off of each other though, and that's the other thing. So.
Because Solo Sikoa is a better wrestler than Roman.
Yeah, and just think about what happens if they bring in Zilla. Like, what's going to happen with that one? So the people are going to start talking. Oh, he's going to outshine Jacob Fatu, or he's going to outshine the Usos. So I mean, it's just ridiculous. But I was excited though when I saw Tonga Loa come off underneath that ring. It's like, oh shit, dude, we got Guerrillas of Destiny and WWE. I've been waiting for this for how long? Oh, so awesome. But the overall pay-per-view I thought was really good.
The crowd was amazing.
Yeah, that French crowd, definitely the MVPs of the night. And
it was like that too. Like, I think, I might be wrong, but I want to say, like, fucking, if I'm WWE, my premium live events, I mean, of course, you probably want to do, like, WrestleMania and SummerSlam in, like, the US, but, like, most of them, I'm going to do them outside of like, Europe. Those Europe crowds have been pretty fucking amazing the last few times.
Absolutely. And they're still going anyway, because the next pay-per-view is in Saudi Arabia, the King and the Queen of the Ring. And then Money in the Bank.
I mean,
Toronto.
The Saudi Arabia events usually are not as, like, the crowd ain't as hype as, like, Europe. Just because I think, like, this is the laws and stuff. You can't be too rowdy in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
But
I saw the Backlash, though. They 2 alerts for noise warnings from one on SmackDown and one on Backlash. Going over the decibel rating in the arena, which I thought was awesome. So.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They were in it the whole night. It was good.
I enjoyed it. Such a great pay-per-view. We had kicking it off, the Bloodline Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga taking on the team of KO and Randy Orton in that street fight, which we already talked about. Tonga Loa showing up. Did you know Tonga Loa was Camacho?
Was Camacho?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Someone I was watching scrolling through some TikToks.
Uh-huh.
And one of the Wrestle Talk content creators I follow, it's Shannon Hill official. Had mentioned one of it in her videos. So I was like, oh shit, that is Camacho. So, I was like,
Yeah.
damn, I didn't even know that. So
I didn't either.
Didn't pay attention.
I didn't know. They fooled me.
Yeah, but it was pretty awesome. A lot of cool spots in this match. Tama Tonga out there just ripping shit up. It was great. Such a great match. And of course, Bloodline picked up the win on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a really good match.
Bailey defending the women's championship against Naomi and Tiffany Stratton. There's some good spots in this match too. I like this one.
Yeah, that was I'm trying to remember what I had as match of the night, but that was pretty damn close. Actually, no, I think it was match. I think that's what I had as match of the night.
Oh, really?
The triple threat, because it was just like so back and forth, and like at any point you thought any one of them could win.
And I think you and Garrett both picked Tiffany Stratton for the win on that one. We all picked the Bloodline for the tag match. I picked Bailey for this one. I actually went 5-5 on this. You guys were 4-5.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's a great match. Priest and Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship match. This was what I expected this to be. A lot of great high flying spots. Judgment Day getting involved in this as well. Pretty much almost cost him Priest the match on that one. But Priest was able to pull it out in the end and pick up the win over Jay.
Yeah.
Awesome match there. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and defeating the Kabuki Warriors for the Women's Tag Team Championship. A lot of people were complaining about some botch spots in this matchup. And like,
it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't. Yeah.
Like, it could have been worse. It could have been a Jericho match.
Yeah.
But I thought it was great. And I think putting the tag belts on Bianca and Jade was a good call. That way you get them both on Raw and SmackDown. And that exposes Jade to a wider audience on both shows. Because, you'll have people that just watch Raw that don't watch both shows. And I think that'll help her to get her more in-ring work and everything. But they definitely made her look like a superstar.
Yeah, for sure.
Then finally, main event, undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes defends against AJ Styles, which I thought was one hell of a match. This was
I take my back.
So.
Yeah, I take mine back. This was match of the night, and this is probably a contender for match of the year. I definitely enjoyed it more than the.
I was gonna say this is better than Ospreay and
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. It's not being tribalistic or anything, and not negative towards AEW, because Ospreay and Danielson was a good match. This one, I think, was just, to me, the in-ring storytelling was better.
There's a feud. They had a reason to not like each other, even though it was their first time versing each other.
Yep.
And it wasn't a bunch of no selling. So to me, it was really good. Both gave it their all. It was a hell of a match, and kind of makes you wonder if they're going to do it again sometime in the future.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I'd be surprised if they didn't. But overall, it was a great pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Who is? All right, so that was Backlash. I don't really have too much more to say about that pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Just
It was really good.
expectations. So.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. Raw this week, we kicked off the King and
King of
Queen
the
of the Ring tournaments.
Raw? Did you watch Raw?
I did.
Yeah, that was probably the best Raw. Like, forget all the stuff I said during the Rock Cody stuff. Like, this has been the best Raw in fucking ages.
Yeah, this was great. Yeah, Gunther and Sheamus in a first round matchup, which was just awesome.
That was the main event.
Yep. Freaking awesome. Gunther wins by submission. Ricochet and Dragunov.
Yep.
Fucking sorry for the cussing, but an amazing match.
Could be match of the year, and it was
absolutely. So, and that's the thing. Like people like why is Ricochet in this tournament? Why is Ricochet getting all this push? Ricochet is an amazing wrestler.
Yeah.
He's not up to par on the mic as someone else, like a Sheamus or Gunther. Like even Gunther's not 100% on the mic, but Ricochet can hold his own on the mic, and damn well can hold his own in the ring. And then you put in a match with someone like Dragunov, it's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
It was a great match. Even Jay and Finn was a great match, which was supposed to be
McIntyre
substitute. McIntyre, yeah, it's McIntyre's injured, so we get Jay Uso in McIntyre's place, and great match.
And you go to like storytelling and like layers on stuff. So like you had Judgment Day come out. Priest apologizing for the way he acted at the end of his match.
Yeah.
Finn Balor thinking he gets a bye because Drew McIntyre's arm is hurt.
Yep.
Then Adam Pearce comes out like, nope, you're versing main event Jey Uso. And, of course, Jey Uso had lost to Damian Priest. So, there's more story. But then you interlay it because then you have fucking McIntyre come out, right? And you think he's distracting Jey Uso, but he doesn't distract Jey Uso. He ends up staying focused and beats Finn Balor, And then it's like, so now you have like this McIntyre kind of pissed off at Jey Uso for taking the spot. So it just adds layers onto the story, like onto the program, because now you have McIntyre and Jey Uso kind of feuding. You have Jey Uso kind of feuding with the Judgment Day, and then you have CM Punk come in right after, shoot a promo on McIntyre, kind of tease Cash at the Castle because he'd say he had traveled to Scotland to kick his ass. He would. So it's just like, what I'm saying? Like, it's just like layered of like storytelling.
Absolutely.
And really, really good.
Really awesome stuff there. So not only that, with the men's brackets, we had some women's qualifying matches as well, with Io Sky taking on Natalya.
Tell you, another fucking phenomenal match.
And this is the thing, like, everyone hates on Natalya. Like, a lot of people really don't understand how good Natalya is in the ring. And that's like one of those things, like, oh, Natalya's terrible, Natalya sucks, she's so cringe, blah, blah, blah. Like, she's not the best on the mic, again, but she is phenomenal in the ring. And honestly, the only person in the Hart family that was ever good on the mic was Owen. Like, in all honesty, the rest of them could not really carry themselves on the mic. Brett definitely couldn't. So, but Brett was a hell of an in-ring talent. Natalya, hell of an in-ring talent. And it speaks volumes when she's like your go-to for training your upcoming women's talent, either at the dungeon with her and TJ, or having her go down to the performance center and helping out. Her being on NXT, working with the talent there, like it doesn't matter. Like Natalia's a goat of women's wrestling in WWE right now. I don't care what anybody says. She's awesome. And that match has proved even more so why she's a great talent. We had Dakota Kai taking on Lyra Valkyria. Lyra was a stand-in, wasn't she, for Asuka? Or no, Dakota.
Dakota was a stand-in. So going back to layers of storytelling, so Damage Control kind of announced that they're here to kind of take over Raw, and they announced that Asuka is injured, and so that Dakota Kai is going to take her place.
That's right.
And then you had Becky come out and do a promo, and then Liv Morgan comes out, interrupts her, and then Damage Control comes out and jumps Becky Lynch.
Oh, I love that. That was awesome. Like they all start Damage Control surrounds the ring. Liv's acting like, she's gonna help out Becky, and then Liv just dips and she's like, "Peace, you're on your own." She's like, "This ain't my fight." So,
and then that's when Lyra comes out to save Becky.
And you have that mutual respect between Lyra and Becky. As Lyra was the one that defeated Becky for the NXT Women's Championship.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, layers of storytelling.
Yeah.
Because then now she has a match with Damage Control, against the Dakota Kai, which she picks up the win on that. So now you have a reason for Lyra and Io Sky to hate each other. So I think I haven't seen the women's bracket to see who versus who.
Zoe Stark took on Ivy Nile on Raw as well. Zoe Stark picked up the win over Ivy, which was a great match. Those two went hard. So it's Lyra versus Zoe, and then Io will take on the winner of Shayna and Zelina.
Okay.
So I'm not.
But
sure.
I'm assuming I'm thinking that Lyra and Dakota Kai, not Dakota Kai, Io Sky. Too many eyes in their name. I'm thinking that they're going to set up Lyra and Io Sky for the Monday Night Raw finals match for the Queen of the Ring.
I think so. That seems to be the best option. Well, for the Raw bracket. SmackDown tonight we had Naomi and Nia Jax, or not? Sorry. Naomi and Nia.
Nia Jax.
Nia beat
Nia Jax. Yeah, which I hate, but it's over.
Jade Cargill versus Piper Niven. So Jade picked up the win on that. So the next round will be Jade versus Nia.
Yeah.
And then
I see Jade winning that probably.
Yep. Then we have Bianca, who went over Candice LeRae. And then Tiffany Stratton taking on Michin. So I think we're gonna get Bianca and Tiffany out of those two.
I think Tiffany wins, maybe by cheating or something, because I don't think you want to give us Bianca versus Jade Cargill on SmackDown. No. Either Nia Jax or and then I lost my train of thought. Tiffany Stratton, either Nia Jax or Tiffany Stratton is winning one of those matches, because I don't see Jade Cargill versus Bianca.
Yeah, and I think when if Jade loses, because I don't see. I think we're gonna get. I'm calling it now. The finals, the final match that's going to happen at the King and Queen of the Ring. I think we're going to get Tiffany Stratton versus Io Sky.
I think so too.
And I
But
think they're going to give the win to Tiffany.
Yeah. I could see him going maybe Jade Cargill just because, they're trying to promote her, but I think Tiffany Stratton's been so good here lately. I think you have to give her a bone. I think this would be a good way to give her a bone.
And I think if Jade does advance over Nia and it's her and Tiffany, I think there's going to be some kind of interference in the match where that causes Jade not to lose cleanly.
Yeah.
And that'll kind of help keep her momentum going.
Yeah.
And that'll probably lead to a tag match with Jade and Bianca against whoever
interferes.
Yeah.
Which will maybe definitely end up being maybe Piper Niven
Piper and
interferes. Yeah. Yep. You get Piper Chelsea versus Bianca and Jade Cargill at Saudi Arabia.
That would be cool. The SmackDown side for the men's bracket, we had Carmelo Hayes go over Baron Corbin, and
I saw that
over Angelo Dawkins, who substituted in for the injured Bobby Lashley, which that was announced earlier this week. We still have, I don't have results yet for AJ Styles and Randy Orton or LA Knight and Santos Escobar.
Yeah, they haven't wrestled yet.
Okay.
I'm kind of, at first I thought like Gunther's definitely winning, but what could happen is you could have, Jay versus Tonga, and this kind of like sets up the Usos versus Girls of Destiny. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of, because it brings Jay back into the picture with the feud with the bloodline. You know what I mean? And then you kind of have bloodline interference. Causes Jay the King of the Ring, and then you can enter, like, you know what I'm saying, next pay-per-view, Clash of the Castle, or you could save it to SummerSlam maybe if you wanted to. If you want to draw it out a little bit, and you can sneak. That's the match everybody wants to see.
I'm kind of torn on this though, because that'd be fantastic final matchup for this is Tama Tonga and Jey Uso. But I'm looking at Gunther too. It's like he just came off that loss at WrestleMania with the IC title. Do you have him lose the King of the Ring tournament too?
Yeah.
Because then where does he go from there? So this one's a little tougher to call than the women.
Who is Gunther versus, like, Rey Mysterio
the winner of Mysterio and Kofi, which will happens this weekend at one of the live events.
Yeah.
So which will probably end up being that's a tough one.
See, another good match, like the Raw final would be cool if it was Dragunov and Gunther. That would be really good too.
Now it's supposed to be Woods and Mysterio, which would have made sense because then but Kofi still kind of makes sense because you have all the issues with Imperium and the New Day. So if Kofi goes over Ray, then you have Gunther and Kofi, which Gunther wins and advances, and then you get Gunther and see that's right there. Then you have Jey Uso and Dragunov, and where does that go? Because like the fans are gonna like clamor for Gunther and Dragunov, but then you look at it too.
Maybe they say Gunther and Dragunov for a pay-per-view.
It's hard to call.
Yeah. You froze up or I froze up? I don't know who froze up.
I did.
No. Yeah, but they did a lot better with the Raw side than they did the SmackDown. SmackDown, it was like too obvious on who they're going to go with. Except for this match, the Randy Orton, AJ Styles, you don't really know who's going to win, but
yeah, that one's kind of gonna be a tough one.
But yeah, as soon as I saw Baron Corbin, I'm like, oh, he's not winning.
Yeah,
and then what was the other SmackDown match?
LA Knight and Santos Escobar.
Yeah, LA Knight's winning that, and then of course, Tonga is going to beat
Dawkins.
Dawkins, yeah.
And then you have Tama Tonga go over LA Knight. But like I said, like you said, Styles and Orton's a tough one to call. It's like where do you go from there?
Yeah. Maybe you have LA Knight somehow get the win, and then you have LA Knight versus AJ Styles for the SmackDown side.
Yeah,
it's just, I don't know. That's just so hard because a lot of these guys had so many losses lately. Like AJ Styles had a lot of losses lately. Randy Orton's had a lot of losses lately. But of course, Tonga hasn't had any losses lately. But some of these guys used to, waiting to see them get a win.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get Tonga and Orton, and then Tonga advances to fight Jay. I think that makes the most sense with what they're doing with us, because you have the history with Tama Tonga and Randy Orton.
Yeah,
and that makes sense too. But then you also have history of Tama Tonga and AJ Styles in the Bullet Club. So,
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
but did they mention the Bullet? Did they mention the Bullet Club in WWE? This thing. I think he froze again.
I don't know what the hell's going on with us.
At least he's making a cute face this time.
There's just a lot they can do with this.
Yeah, but it's exciting, and that's a big thing. It's like I haven't been this excited over King of the Ring in like millennia. Yeah, you're freezing up on me again, man. We can't blame it on Facebook this time. We're not on Facebook, we're on YouTube. Well, looks like we lost Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back. There he is.
Yeah, my internet's trash. I don't know what the hell is going on. It's been acting up.
It's probably like all the rain and like I said, the sun's acting crazy. Yeah. And he froze again. But if you're watching live, leave a comment or something. I can't see comments, so I don't know. Don't leave a comment because I can't see it. You have to call into the podcast. Argue with me.
Oh my lord, that's like even worse.
I hear you now, at least.
If you are checking us out, we're having some technical difficulties. Trying to get this figured out here.
We need one of those like little like.
Okay. I don't know how long this is gonna work out for us. All right, so Backlash with the King and Queen of the Ring matches. Let's hop over to some AEW news.
I did not watch AEW. I know about the Stadium Stampede, but other than that,
it really wasn't anything major. Edge and Brody King was an awesome match. That's probably like the best match the entire night.
Yeah.
My biggest gripe with this was the Mogul Embassy turning on Swerve this week. I think that's
Oh,
something they should
really?
have did. Yeah. So Swerve came out and he was calling out Christian. Christian came out with, Nick Wayne and Kill Switch. And Swerve's like, yeah, I didn't come by myself this time. So then the Mogul Embassy comes out, gets in the ring. And then as they're getting ready to go at it, the Embassy turns on Swerve. So Gates Agony and Brian Cage beat Swerve down. I think this should have happened last week when the Patriarch was beating down Swerve. The Embassy should have came out and did we're gonna
I'm assuming he's saying they should have came out and beat the hell out of Swerve and all jumped him in the ring. Yeah. I saw it in for you. You froze up again. I don't know if they can hear me or not, so we'll have to listen back and see. We'll have to listen back and see. We'll have to listen back and see what goes through. I don't know if it's me or you that's live, because your video has been froze for like a good long while. I was able to hear you, but I lost it again. The only thing was kind of weird with the AEW thing is Garrett made me guess the Kenny Omega's team or whatever, and I got most of it right. And he kind of threw me off with the Eddie Kingston thing, but by the hints he gave me. So I didn't guess Eddie Kingston, but that was my guess. And he screwed me out of my right guess, and I guessed Edge or something.
Yeah, that whole thing doesn't make any sense to me at all. You have FTR, which I get. FTR's got issues with the Bucks. Kingston has issues with Okada. Where does Danielson fit in all this? I don't understand where Danielson fits in this match.
He's the most popular wrestler at all of them.
Yeah, it's he's got no issues with anybody in that group right now. So
yeah.
it doesn't really make any sense at all.
Maybe they put him in there so he can turn and join them. I'm guessing they're going to do an NWO thing. And maybe that's why he's in there so he can turn and join them.
And it seems like they're trying to make this an NWO thing, which I don't think it's working.
I guarantee you that's what they're going to do. I bet you will you drink Celsius? Or no, will you drink W? I bet you a W. I bet you a W that Bryan Danielson turns and joins the elite, I guess. Or EVPs or whatever they call it.
Yeah, I don't know if they're doing elite EVPs, something. I'm getting annoyed with this internet connection.
You tried switching to cellular data or something?
I might have to hardwire it.
You're on your laptop.
Okay. That was pretty much all I had for AEW was just that stuff. Other promotions this week, Impact. We had Under Siege Friday night. We kind of talked a little bit on that as we were recording last week. Just run through the results here. I did not get a chance to watch this. Main show.
Moose retained, right?
Yeah, the System beat the Hardys and Speedball Mountain, which was the main event. We have new Knockouts Tag Team Champions with Alicia
I think we lost Chris again, and I don't have the results.
Am I back?
Yeah, okay, yeah, I hear you now.
Rich Swann and Jake something went to a no contest. Jonathan Gresham defeated Kushida. I love Jonathan Gresham's new look.
Yeah.
You know how he used to wear the octopus mask to the ring and he'd take it off before the match? It's kind of like changed now. So now he actually wrestles in a mask and he just removes the octopus tentacles from the mask. And now he's been like using like a black ink type mist thing now, which is awesome. Love it. Freaking amazing. Jordan Grace and PCO defeated the team of Steph DeLander and Big Con. Mustafa Ali retained over Ace Austin. And, of course, the main event, the System defeated Matt Hardy and Speedball Mountain. Anything else I miss? And Josh Alexander and Eric Young defeated Kaz and Macklin. And, yeah, that was pretty much your main show.
Yeah, this Randy Orton AJ Styles match has been pretty good too.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and watch it all the way through.
Too far.
Randy Orton won.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I think you're probably right on your prediction then.
So Orton and Carmelo for the next round for that one. Cool.
Yeah.
I'll see where we go from there. All right, something new. Since we've been talking a little bit more about local shows and stuff, I figured we'd just add a whole list of what's coming up locally. We've got DPW Deadlock Pro Wrestling returning to the Durham Armory on May 19th, next weekend. This show is going to feature Roderick Strong. Is that the right one? No, this is the wrong one.
I'm about to say, I don't see Roderick Strong on the poster. Looks like you get Zuka King and O'Shea Edwards.
Yeah, so this is Dominant Championship Wrestling. This is coming to you from Selma, North Carolina, May 18th. This will feature MLW superstar Cruel, and the Dawsons are scheduled to be on here on the show as well. You know, they're not on the flyer there, but their listing had the Dawsons on there. So pretty cool on that one. Looks like a great show. Selma's not too far from us. What else we got? This Deadlock Pro Wrestling. This is the one it started with. This is that Sunday night, the 19th. You got Roderick Strong, Motor City Machine Guns, Lady Frost. Looks like an awesome show. You got XMM, formerly the Maximum Male Models, WWE. So Mansoor and Mace. So that should be a pretty good show. That is at the Durham Armory. FWE Fortitude Wrestling Entertainment returns to Cary on May 25th. They've got Snitsky, Gene Snitsky on the show. Charlie Haas, Chavo Guerrero, and our favorite Neon Ninja, Facade.
Oh, man.
Sweep the leg. Oh, awesome stuff.
That was good times. And Chris froze up again.
Missing one. I forgot UPW, United Pro Wrestling. I missed the graphic for this one. They're coming back to Durham on July 27th. They've got Mustafa Ali, Cruel, and Savannah Evans advertised. And then coming up also on July 27th, Elevation Pro Wrestling in Lexington, North Carolina, will have the return of Trevor Lee, his first post WWE appearance. So,
All right.
awesome stuff there. Pretty psyched. A lot of great local promotions running some awesome shows over the next couple months. And with that, that's going to bring us over to No Holds Barred. Whole lot of new graphics this week. And of course, No Holds Barred is brought to you by our Redbubble store. Check out redbubble.com/people/WrestleGettingPod, where you can buy yourself some hats, some shirts, some stickers, hoodies, and so much more. A lot of cool stuff there. Oh, that's the next slide. One of the big things I put in here, I had a slide for it, but I kind of took it out. Me TV, the local, well, it's not local, but nationwide national TV station that has like a bunch of those old shows on it.
Yep.
They're launching a cartoon channel in June. Me TV Tunes. So we're getting, it's like an old school Cartoon Network, just cartoons, like old cartoons, 24 hours a day.
Okay.
I'm super excited for this.
When we say old cartoons, we're talking like Looney Tunes,
Casper, Flintstones. They're pretty much running the gamut of decades for cartoons. Real Ghostbusters, Silverhawks. I think I saw some 90s cartoons on there too, like some like the offbeat ones. Whole lot of awesome stuff that they're doing on there. So I'm excited for it. Love me some cartoons.
Yeah,
especially the older cartoons. But they reach out to a bunch of different companies that own the rights, I guess television rights to these cartoons, and secured them so they can air them on the network. And that'll also be available streaming too. They're putting on a streaming channel as well for that. And also, speaking of streaming, Iron Claw drops on Max today.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'll have to
HBO
check
Max. Yeah, you can watch Iron Claw. So.
I got HBO Max for a month, and then I won't have it anymore because my sister-in-law bought it to watch some scary movies.
Awesome stuff there. I'm excited for that. Lots of good stuff coming out. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is out on digital for buy or rent.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in that, I thought it was pretty good. I was excited to see it. I'll buy it when it comes out on Blu-ray. I have the physical copy of that one. That's pretty much the bulk of stuff that I had on. You got anything else to throw in there?
Yeah, I mean, I won't talk basketball or nothing because I know you don't follow it. Who you think won the rap battle?
The rap battle? Oh, yeah. My God.
Or rap beef, whatever you want to call it, between Drake and Kendrick Lamar.
I honestly don't know, but but if John Cena was there, he would have smoked them all.
Yeah. Oh man, it was last weekend. I was kind of following it. It was pretty good. I mean, I would probably side on Kendrick Lamar, but
you can definitely tell who has been in a.
I think you froze up on me again.
Yeah, I'm back now. Unfrozen.
You're back. Yeah.
It seemed like Kendrick may have been in a rap battle or two compared to Drake, just with the way like some of those disses were coming. So.
Well, I don't know. Drake. He had a couple of like rap beefs that he he got the upper hand in and stuff. But what was I about to say? I was about to say something else. Oh, Titans. We signed Tyler Boyd. So Titans are looking good going to the NFL
Nice.
season.
Awesome. Maybe they can get you a Super Bowl win this year.
Yeah, hopefully. Be a miracle, but I'll take it.
It'd be a miracle if the Dolphins make it to the Super Bowl.
Dolphins got a pretty decent team.
They usually do. They always get like when I was watching football, like the Dolphins would always make it to like the playoffs, or they'd get like through the AFC Championship game, or they'd get like one game away and then lose.
Yeah, that was back when he was watching, but then they like sucked ass for probably like 2 decades.
Yeah.
And then they got like a pretty decent team now. They did lose some people on defense, so kind of interested to see. But their offense they signed Odell Beckham, so they get a pretty good receiving core now. So they might be able to do something this year. We'll see. Bills and didn't improve. You may even think they might get worse like this offseason. So a good chance, Dolphins could win their division. Especially with you get the Jets if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, but Patriots and Bills, I don't think will give them that bad of a run for the money.
Awesome.
BBL Thursday.
We talked about local wrestling events earlier. It's pretty much con season right now, Comic-Con season. You've got Carolina Fear Fest coming up May 24th.
Yeah.
And the fairgrounds, they've got a pretty solid lineup this year. So they've got Bill Mosley. This is...
It said May 24th,
I think the weekend. 24th through the 26th. They got a solid lineup. They got Bill Mosley, Heather Langenkamp, which I've met her at Mad Monster Party. She is amazing. David Arquette, for you wrestling fans out there. Go get your Ready to Rumble DVD signed. Tom Matthews, Amy Steele. They got a lot of cast from Scream and Scary Movie.
David Arquette, is he coming back for GalaxyCon? I think he's at GalaxyCon too, isn't he?
I think so. Jenna Jameson will be at Fear Fest.
Ooh. I'm kidding. I never was a big fan of her.
R.A. Milahoff, who was supposed to be there last year, but had to pull out for some, I think he had a family emergency. At least that's what we were told by his handler, who was also the handler for Rachel True and Abaddon from We Had a Triangle TerrorCon. But then GalaxyCon's coming up in July. They have not added any more wrestlers, but they've added some other people like John Brenthal. Whole freaking cast for Scream again on here too. Matthew Lillard, Ski Ulrich, Jamie Kennedy. All those are recent additions. Let's see, they got a lot of people from the Netflix Avatar series, the One Piece live action series.
The horror movie one, I wonder if they have any like good vendors. I saw somebody go live on TikTok at a convention. I think it was like the weekend before last, but it like they had like a bunch of like animatronics and like masks and stuff. It was like really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no new wrestling talent for GalaxyCon. It's still MJF, Kurt Angle, Kane, Nick Nemeth, Demolition, and Eric Bischoff. So no one new for that one yet.
Yeah. Everybody's probably already coming in November, so
Yeah,
for Wrestle
Cade.
Cade, yeah. Maybe one day I'll have a job where I don't have to be there on Thanksgiving.
I have a job. I don't have to be there Thanksgiving. I still can't make it to Wrestle Cade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
convention. Yeah. Oh, I guess you can see the Northern Lights. They're showing it on news right now. I might have to go outside and look.
Oh, nice. We'll check that out. All right, cool. So Northern Lights, we'll check that out. That's all I've got for No Holds Barred. You got anything else?
No, man, that's it.
All right, let's get into what I've dubbed In Your House. Awesome stuff. So pretty much In Your Housekeeping is just like the rundown, the outro of the show. Any follow-up stuff that we've had from last week, which I got some here with Drew Gulak. Apparently he was not released or fired. They just did not renew his contract. But still fuck Ronda Rousey. But apparently Drew is coming out that Drew was kind of a bit of a jackass. And purposely would target other talent that had recent injuries, trying to re-injure them.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, not good at all there Gulak. So, and I guess there's a lot of indie talent that said that they've worked with him before, and they said it's pretty much the same. Kind of a dick. So, simple thing in life: don't be a dick. Like, I don't know why it's that difficult. Yeah, that's all I had for the follow up from last week. I kind of wanted to put that out there, and since sounds like some big stuff that came out with that as well, but it wasn't apparently. They just did not renew his contract. I'm sure the allegations from Ronda had something to do with it as well. But what everyone, a lot of the NXT talent that have worked with Gulak are saying it's probably all tied into that as well. So.
All right.
But yeah, so there we go. Follow up on that. Make sure you guys follow us on our social media outlets on X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram.
He froze up again, but I think he's telling y'all to follow us on all our socials: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pornhub.
Yep. Just search Wrestlegeddon Pod. If you're in North Carolina or Virginia, Pornhub won't come up. It's blocked. And make sure you check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/forthecollection, where you can watch us live every week. And Facebook, facebook.com/WrestleGettingPod. You can watch us every week live on there as well when Facebook wants to cooperate. So, awesome stuff. All right. That's pretty much all I've got for that. Thank you guys for checking us out, as always. We appreciate it. We'll chat with you guys next week as we go over some other stuff. I think next week is 2 weeks is King and Queen of the Ring. I don't think there's anything going on next week pay-per-view wise. So. Yeah, but we'll be here. We'll still chat with y'all. So on behalf of myself, Chris the Heat Matthews, and the Tennessee Jesus Carl Crossland, this was episode 235 of your Wrestlegeddon podcast. And we'll holla at you next week. Later, Marks.
Later.